Hello everybody and welcome to Sim Race TV. We're back live tonight with the Monsters of Dirt Twisted Motorsports Slide Job Sunday, the 360s open setup at the virtual Fairbury Speedway. And we just had a good one at the Chili Bowl where Dylan Hauser took home the win and the $50 prize if he was interested if he was entered into the cash league. And if you want to be a part of the cash league and you didn't know about it, then get a hold of John, the admin over at Monsters of Dirt, and tell him you want to be a part of it. You gotta get in there. That thing's gonna close here pretty soon. But we're at Fairbury now, race number 2 for the 360s. And last week, Hayden Cardwell got the win at Lernerville, and Josh Gaiman is the defending champion of this series. So he's going to come in and try to defend his championship. And we're watching Daniel Cummings Jr. He just lost it, went to the infield. We got Joe Isabel out there on the racetrack. Let's take a look at some of the fastest drivers here in this practice session. Bryce Bailey and Dan Cummings Jr. along with Dustin Helms as your top 3. Ross Crenta, Blake DePennant, Adam Buchanan, Jeremy Isabel, Chris Sabasque, Dustin Hall, and Joe Isabel is your top 10 fastest drivers. And if you want to look a little bit further through the field, we can do that. There's 10th through 20th. And let's see, we got 34 drivers that have showed up for this one so far. And it's going to be a good one here tonight. Race number 2 of the season for the
Monsters of Dirt.
That's right, the Monsters of Dirt. And this is the Twisted Motorsports JIR Motorsports Slide Job Sunday series. And look at J.D. Brown. He finished second in the 305s. Right now, he's sitting 21st on the board here for the fastest lap times. And we got Zach McSwain in the building, so watch out as we take a look at Dustin Helms. He's out there on the racetrack. He's also a champion in these sprint cars, not the 360s. I think he won the... I don't remember. He's running laps right now. Old Dustin Helms out there out of Carolina. Twisted Motorsports machine right there. And we'll take a look at tonight's weather here at Fairbury Speedway. Nice and cool. Nothing to worry about in that department. And who else we got here? Let's see. I believe they may be doing the drivers meeting right now while nobody's on the racetrack. And while they're doing that, let's do this. Let's talk about the point standings coming into tonight's race. You see it right there. Hayden Cardwell is the points leader. Alex Smolders, Mike Keegan, Kyle Keene, Chris Fisher, Chris Sabasque, J.D. Brown, and Rob Satterfield. It's your top 8. And they're all separated by 20 points as well, just like in the 305 series. And you look right down the way, you'll see this little sign that says Victory Lane at Fairbury Speedway. Let me know who you got winning this thing. Who's going to park it in Victory Lane for race number 2 of the season for the 360s. And we'll get that point standings out of your face so you can see it. And we got a driver that hasn't been out on the racetrack, so I don't have his paint job showing right now. And we got a few drivers, it seems like. So once they get in their cars, it'll load them up and we'll have all their paint schemes ready to go. And of course, Monsters of Dirt couldn't do it without anybody like you out there watching and all the people that help make them possible. So how about them Packers? They're losing that lead. We'll see if Dustin Helms pulls that on the racetrack. If so, we'll take a lap around with him here at Fairbury. Let's try to find out what it's like to go around here in a 360 sprint car. Open setups here tonight. They're just sitting in their cars right now. So let's show off some of these cars. Look at that number 9 Twisted Motorsports machine of Dustin Helms. All that chrome on that thing. Carolina Flyer, Dirt Vision on the side. JZ iRacing photos or something, I think. DHR, Dustin Helms Racing. It's on the side of that thing as well. He's gonna head out. Let's jump on board with him. Where do you think they'll be running at here, Fairbury? On the bottom? Up next to the wall? I'm sure they'll be all over the racetrack here, man. These dirt drivers know how to get it done. He's ripping. All right, looks like he's going to give it up. He's going to go down there in the pit lane, and nobody else is on the racetrack. We come in early here. It's practice session, so, you know, it's to be expected. It's like they're going to move it on. We're going to move on and to heat race number 1, actually to qualifying, and find out which one of these drivers is going to put it on pole here tonight at Fairbury in these open setup 360s for the Twisted Motorsports, the JIR Motorsports Slide Job Sunday. Can Hayden Cardwell make it 2 in a row? We're about to find out. Let's see who's out on the racetrack. Chris Berger out on the racetrack right now. That number 2, the American Racing Machine. He's looking to take the pole here. Also, we got Blake DePennant. Currently sitting second on the charts, because Robert Satterfield takes the pole as it sits right now, 11.051, the fastest lap out. And that is held by the driver of this 55 machine, Robert Satterfield. I call him Mr. Consistency, I guess you could say. Joe Isabel is sitting in second in that shocker, number 6J. But he just drops back to third because J.D. Brown, driver coming out of Bad Racing, sitting in second right now with 11.167. So he's about a 10th off. And Jeremy Zarfos, the winner of last week's 305 race, he's sitting in fourth right now. Adam Buchanan comes in with 11.067 to knock J.D. Brown back to third and take over that number 2 spot. So right now, as it sits, we got, what, 3 minutes left, and we still got a few drivers out there. Let's look at Trevor Shaw. He's in that beautiful number 88 machine, and it kind of looks like he's coming out of North Carolina. Or I'm sorry, that's Al Baducci. Who else we got? Daniel Cummings Jr. takes the pole away from Robert Satterfield. 11.047 for Daniel Cummings Jr. And Mr. Baducci goes up into that fourth spot. Fifth is going to be Chris Sabaske, the number 12, the 21 machine. He's sitting in sixth. Dustin Helms moves up into the top five, sitting fifth with a 11.121 for his fast lap. Zach McSwain moves up into the ninth position, but we don't get a shot of it, I guess. In and out, I guess. Who else we got? We got Taylor James on the racetrack right now, the number 56 machine. Jeremy Isabel moves up into 17th, 11.360 for Jeremy Isabel. Hayden Cardwell, the winner of last week. Let's see what he can put down here for a time. So he's going to do it down on the bottom. Not 11.244. It's going to be ninth quick for Mr. Cardwell. Let's see who else we got out there as he runs out of talent. Taylor James on the racetrack. He's going to come to a screeching halt. Well, these guys they don't waste no time getting it done. Qualifying with only a minute left. We still got a few drivers that have not qualified. Ross Carenta, Kyle Weisenberger. We got Bryce Bailey, Brent Allen, Jesse Hare, Chase Odom, Caleb Ramsey, all those drivers. I believe Josh Indick as well. Let's take a look at the results here as qualifying is about finished. Daniel Cummings Jr. takes the pole with 11.047. Robert Satterfield with 11.051. Adam Buchanan, Al Baducci, and Dustin Helms are going to round out your top five. Chris Sabaske, J.D. Brown, Jeremy Zarfos, Hayden Cardwell, and Zach McSwain is going to round out your top 10 in qualifying. And if you look further back, you got Dustin Hall, Joe Isabel, Taylor James, Justin Williams, Michael Sheridan, Blake Dependent, Jeremy Isabel, Cole Patrick, Chris Berger, and Ryan Stillwell is going to round out your top 20 as we move on to heat race number 1 for the Monsters of Dirt Twisted Motorsports Slide Job Sunday. Who you got winning this one? Hey, Linda, I've missed you. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate the support, and I hope you're having a great new year, everyone. All right, let's do it. Let's go through our starting grid for heat race number 1. We got 13 drivers lined up on the racetrack, but only 4 is going to make it to the A main. And it looks like this. Dan Cummings Jr. and Al Baducci going to be on the front row of this one. Row 2 is going to be J.D. Brown and Zach McSwain. Row number 3, we're going to have Blake Dependent. And it looks like the 2 of Chris Berger because Taylor James is not on the racetrack. And row number 4, looks like we're going to have Andrew Swartwood and Chris Berger, or Trevor Shaw, I believe. And last but not least, back there, we got John Etheridge and that 421. I'm sorry, and Josh Indick. It's going to round out your field. Bryce Bailey and Kyle Weisenberger is not here as we go green for the first heat race of the night for the Monsters of Dirt Slide Job Sunday. And this thing is getting going. We got some racing going on back here. The 88 of Al. He's right behind that number 2 of Chris Berger. He's going to move it to the bottom while Trevor Shaw is going to make his way around the high side trying to get it done. Top 4 will advance. Right now it's Dan Cummings Jr., Zach McSwain, JD Brown, and Blake DePinnett. We're watching 5th place right here. They are not in a transfer spot, and you see the gap between 4th and 5th. So unless there's some type of trouble from one of these drivers up front, like JD Brown or Blake DePinnett, which are sitting 3rd and 4th right now, looks like JD makes his way around Blake DePinnett. Zach McSwain and Blake get into it there, and Zach is going to fall back into that 3rd position. That's who we're watching right now. Blake DePinnett holding on to that final transfer spot as he taps the wall on exit of the corner, and also on the entry. He's going to tear that thing up. He's got to be careful because it's only going to be 1.5 more times around. And right now he is sitting in a final transfer spot. The white flag waving as Daniel Cummings Jr. rides past for the final time. He's going to take the win for heat race number 1. JD Brown and Zach McSwain, along with Blake DePinnett, going to be your 4 transfer drivers. Zach, my man, what's up, buddy? How's it going, man? How's it going? All right, we're moving on. Heat race number 2 about to kick off. And I want to know who you got winning this thing. I'll help you out. I'll tell you who it is. You tell me who you got. Starting grid for heat race number 2 is going to be Robert Satterfield starting row 1 with Dustin Helms alongside him. Row number 2, Jeremy Zarfos and Dustin Hall. Row number 3 is going to be Justin Williams and Jeremy Isabel. And then we got row number 4, which is Ryan Stillwell and Anthony Cottle side by side right there. Row number 5, we got Chris Dunham. And that number 11, he's going to have Jacob Prilliman alongside him, the 08, P08, I believe. And that's going to do it for your starting grid for heat race number 2. Top 4 will advance. Robert Satterfield is in control, and he wastes no time. We are green for heat race number 2. The battle up front for the lead, about a car length between Satterfield and Dustin Helms. And you see that 19 of Jeremy Zarfos. He's no stranger of victory lane. He's just sitting in a good spot right now. He gets into the wall. Here comes Hall. Dustin Hall in that 331 machine. Sees Zarfos make that mistake. Tries to make a move. Not going to be able to slide up in front of Mr. Zarfos. So Zarfos going to hang on to that 3rd and final transfer spot. Zarfos having trouble as Dustin Hall. Let's ride along with Dustin Hall for a few laps here. It's going to be 5 laps to go this time by as we see what it's like here during the race on board that 331 machine. Zarfos having trouble in front of him. Dustin Helms, he's going to take the lead from Robert Satterfield. I think he made that pass along the high side. Satterfield is committed to the bottom right now. That time he ran around the middle. Helms is ripping that high side, and he's going to get the 2 to go this time by. Gotta be careful getting into that wall. That thing will destroy your sprint car here at Fairbury. But right now it is still good for Dustin Helms as he comes off turn number 4 for the final time. Dustin Helms is going to be the winner for heat race number 2. Robert Satterfield, Jeremy Zarfos, and Dustin Hall, your top 4 that transfer. Yeah, man, Dustin's wrap looking good, ain't it? It looked good up front, too. Good job, Dustin. I tell you what, man, I'm a big fan. After Dustin Helms won the championship last season, man, I jumped on board with that cat, man. He's cool. I'm telling you, that's a cool cat right there. All right, we're going to move on. Heat race number 3. Starting grid, Adam Buchanan's going to be on the pole for heat race number 3, and he's going to have the number 21 of Chris Sabasque alongside him in row 1. Row number 2 will be Hayden Cardwell, the number 7 machine. He's going to have Joe Isabel alongside him. And row number 3, we're going to have Michael Sheridan. He's going to be in that 15. Alongside Michael, we got the 26 of Cole Patrick. Row 4 is going to be Tyler Batten and Jason Giblin. That 9J right there, Jason Giblin. And row number 5, Alan Barr and Sean Stevens. Stevens in that 37 machine. Last but not least in the starting grid here for heat race number 3, Ross Carenta, Jesse Hare not on the racetrack. So let's go up front and get ready for this green flag to fly, and it does. We're racing heat race number 3, 10 laps to go. Sean Stevens hard into the tire. That probably gonna do it for that 37 machine. Lap number 1 of this one. He's gonna park it, I believe. We're almost in a three-way battle for the lead. These 3 drivers all on top of each other, waiting for one to make a mistake. Adam Buchanan and Hayden Cardwell pretty much fighting for the lead. It scored Adam Buchanan as your leader last time by. I'm sorry, Hayden Cardwell as your leader last time by. And looks like Hayden's going to lead that time past the flag stand, and they make contact on the backstretch. Whoa, they are in a battle for the lead, obviously. Making moves out there, and that's going to allow Buchanan to take control of this thing, but Hayden Cardwell's trying to get it back down on the bottom. He makes his move, but not enough to get the lead. Watch out, because here comes that 21 of Chris Sabasque, ripping that high side, getting it done up top. Send it. Straight send it. Great run right now for Adam Buchanan, but look at that high side start to build momentum as Hayden Cardwell has got that thing ripping the lip. Still up top, and for the final time around, it looks like Cardwell makes an evasive move. That's gonna possibly, no, Cardwell's gonna get the win for heat race number 3. Adam Buchanan, Chris Sabasque, and Joe Isabel's your top 4 transfers. Good job, Hayden. Good job, bud. Good job, bud. Sean, hey, bud. What happened? All right, here we go. The D main. It's going to be Sean Stevens out there running the laps for us tonight. If it's your first time here, the D main, I tell you what, these things, they have to be ran, but they usually pick a driver. And tonight it's going to be Sean Stevens. And maybe it wasn't Sean that got jammed up in that other one. I don't know. I see somebody hit a tire. I don't know if it was him or not. Was it? Was it him? Come on, tell me. I'm so curious. All right, that checkers and wreckers machine about to send it for, I believe, 12 laps here at the Fairbury Speedway. So not only will we watch him, let's jump in the cockpit with that helmet cam of Sean Stevens just checking it out right now. He's about to get this thing wound up for us. And if anybody don't know who this is, I ain't gonna give away no secrets or anything, but he's new to the dirt. So don't judge, bud. He's learning, he's learning. But right now, everybody's watching. All eyes is on you. Rip that thing, man. Rip it. 8 laps to go for Stevens. Lap time of 12.571. Fastest lap was a 2:13. So let's see what he's got coming off turn number 4. Running right around the bottom, and I'm sure a lot of drivers are going to be down there, and it looks like the track has been reset. Maybe our admin can fill us in on that. I believe the track has been reset, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I agree. Send it, Mr. Stevens. I hear you out there, man. All right, this time by, it's going to be 3 laps to go, and he almost went around. Nice save. That could have been ugly. Tell you what, I don't know. I could probably run 12 laps in a row. 40 laps in a row is a different story. I know I can run 30. I'll get into a groove, man, and I'll be doing good. And then, you know, like every 3 or 4 laps, it feels like I get out of that groove and I got to get back in it for a couple laps. I'm still trying to figure this stuff out myself, but that's going to be it for the D main. And thanks to Sean Stevens for taking care of those 12 laps for us. And we're going to move on to the C main. It's going to be 4 that transfer to the B. And then 13. Wow, that's going to change, I bet. All right, these 4 drivers that advance will have to race their way through the B main to the A. What's up, Mr. Garrett? Man, I have a lot of fun racing with you, buddy. I'll tell you that right now. And thanks for stopping by. You coming in for the C main, 15 laps. Your starting grid right here. Jason Giblin starting front row with Trevor Shaw alongside him. In the second row, we got Jeremy Isabel. He's going to have Alan Barr alongside him. Row number 3 is going to be John Etheridge, the admin of the Monsters of Dirt. And last but not least, the 25 or 4, there it is, 24 machine of Sean Stevens, Chris Dunham, Tyler Batten, Taylor James, Caleb Ramsey, and Bryce Bailey. Not in this one. So we got 6 cars and 4 spots to fill up. Who's it gonna be? Who you got winning this? Giblin on the front row with Trevor Shaw. I'm gonna take Shaw on this one. Green flag waves. 15 laps to go. Top 4 advance. Wow. There they go. Oh, Shaw having trouble off the corner as we got a battle for the lead. Up front is Giblin and Isabel going at it. And 2 beautiful paint jobs on these cars, man. I tell you what, you guys are getting very creative with these new spec maps, and I am loving it. But right now, Isabel, Jeremy Isabel's going to be your leader. The JIR Motorsports machine looking good coming off of the corner, and that thing is shining. And right behind him is his teammate Jason Giblin, and Giblin got him a nice one. Let's go back here and watch this transfer spot. Well, we really don't have to, because there's a pretty big gap between 4th and 5th. Top 4 out front by a long shot. And then we'll look back here at John Etheridge sitting in 5th. I think Etheridge caught up in some stuff earlier, sets him way back along with this man, Sean Stevens. Well, let's go back up front. Isabel out front by about 0.2 of a second, but Jason Giblin starting to close that gap. He gets it within about 2-3 sprint cars. 2 different lines running right here in trouble. Sean Stevens got the leaders coming right behind him. Oh, into the wall. Oh, he stops it on the racetrack, and that could bring out the caution, but no caution. 5 laps to go. Battle for the lead still on between Giblin and Isabel. Giblin using the bottom. Not quite the speed he wants down there on the bottom, but he is using it up, making it work right now. Isabel with the fastest lap out of the 2. Actually, yeah, Isabel with a 131 and Giblin with a 164. The problem is Giblin is your leader. So new leader. Just like that. Don't blink. Things change quick in dirt. Mistakes can be made. And Jason Giblin was there to capitalize on that. As he takes the checker flag, the win's going to go to Jason Giblin. Jeremy Isabel and Trevor Shaw, along with Alan Barr, is going to be your top 4 to the B main. Yeah, baby. I love these B mains. This ought to be good. Let's see what we got. 13 will advance. So I believe all these drivers will make it. We'll see how many grid up. There'll be 15 cars in this one. So if 2 drivers don't show, then everybody will make the show here. Yeah, Blake, I see you out there, man, ripping. All right, let's do it. Let's grid these babies up for the B main as these drivers are sitting on the racetrack, ready to go. Chris Berger is going to be starting in that number 1 spot, that number 2 machine. He's going to have Jacob Prilliman on his outside. Row number 2 is going to be Ross Carenta in that number 10, and Josh Indick, the 714 machine. Row number 3, we got Justin Williams and Cole Patrick. And row number 4 or 5, we got row number 4. Looks like we got Anthony Cottle. Al Baducci not here. And then row number 6 is going to be Andrew Smartwood. We got Michael Sheridan, Ryan Stillwell, and Jason Giblin back there. And Jeremy Isabel as well. As the green flag flies, Alan Barr is going to round out your starting grid. This thing is underway. Before I can finish the starting grid as they come off of the corner, your leader right now, last time by, it was Chris Berger. This time by, it's going to be Chris Berger once again. Jacob Prilliman had the lead there for a second. Did you see Prilliman get into the outside wall while Berger's down on the bottom, making the bottom work for him? Berger's going to lead another lap here as Josh Indick tries to run down that number 7 machine of Jacob Prilliman. Let's look further back where Anthony Cottle is. Cottle in the 99 machine. He's got his hands full right now. Justin Williams running right along the bottom, and that number 10 usually, yeah, the number 10 JIR Motorsports machine, they're kicking up so much dust. I can't hardly read the numbers on these things, so we'll get a little bit closer. We're still watching Anthony Cottle go at it with Justin Williams. Cottle gets into the wall. Here comes Michael Sheridan. This is for 6th, 7th, and 8th. They finally get it sorted out. Behind them, we got Ryan Stillwell and Andrew Swartwood. Up front, we got a new leader. Joshua Indick's taking the lead from Chris Berger. He did it on the top side as Chris Berger keeps his car down on the bottom, but he is not giving up here, still fighting back for the lead. Indick with a wobble and a bobble, and then a boom up against the wall. Oh, more trouble. Indick in the wall again. Here comes Cole and Jacob. Indick was able to keep it underneath him. Not sure how he was able to do that, but I know it looked like he was swatting flies inside that machine. We're looking at Jacob Prilliman in that orange 08 running the bottom side of the racetrack. Josh Indick still trying to make the top work there, ripping that lip up front. Chris Berger has opened up a little bit of a lead, but Cole Patrick, he really gets that straightaway speed, man. I tell you what, he comes off of the corner like a bat out of hello. Oh, Indick in the wall once again. 13 drivers will advance, and I believe there's 14. Actually, there is 13. So all of these drivers are in the show. So don't hold nothing back. And we got 2 number 10s out there. Let's see if we can find out which one's which. I know Justin Williams. Ross Carrenta also in a number 10. So I'll have to remember that. All right, with 2 laps to go, our leader, Chris Berger, has been digging down on the bottom the whole time, and he continues to run right along the inside of those, inside the racetrack, right around the tires. Cole Patrick was trying to get it done up top. Oh, he's going to hit a tire coming to the white, or after the checkered. Well, good for him. The win's going to go to Chris Berger. Congrats to him for the win in the B main. And all these drivers will advance. Here's your race results. And Alan Barrow, Trevor Shaw, and Jeremy Isabel, Cole Patrick. So Justin Williams and Al Baducci not in the show. Final practice. We got 5 minutes. Take a break, get you a drink, ask me a question. If you got a driver you'd like to talk to, then let me know who it is, what you want to ask them. We'll try to find them on the radio. A lot of them don't have radios. Some of them do. So if we can, we will. If you want to, let's do it. In the meantime, let's look at some of the drivers out on the racetrack right now. Looking at the 14 of J.D. Brown coming out of California. He's a member of Bad Racing. And also you see the Bad Racing logo down at the bottom of the screen. That's right. If you own one of these teams, send me that logo. Tell me who your drivers are and we'll make it happen. All right, we'll get them team logos in there. It's not for the All-Star race. This is nothing to do with Wednesdays. This is strictly team logos and team drivers. So if you're interested in that, then let me know and we'll make it happen for you. Otherwise, no big deal, no big deal. All right, well, I'd like to mention the point standings coming into tonight's race right here. This is what it's like as we enter Fairbury Speedway for race number 2. Hayden Cardwell with a 4-point lead right now. And that's over Alex Smolders. You got Mike Keegan, Kyle Keene, Chris Fisher, Chris Sabaski, J.D. Brown, and Robert Satterfield. J.D. and Robert are tied. So all top 8 drivers in the point standings are within 20 points of each other coming into tonight. Who you got winning this thing? Who you got? Who's your favorite team? Talk to me. All right, we got about 2 minutes left here in final practice before we kick off this thing here at Fairbury for race number 2, the Monsters of Dirt.
Monsters of Dirt.
That's right, the Monsters of Dirt. The Twisted Motorsports JIR Motorsports Slide Job Sunday 360 Series. Yep, this is 360s, an open setup. 305s are fixed. We're running with the big boys now. Open setup for this one right now in final practice with 1 minute and 45 seconds left. Hayden Cardwell is the fastest on the racetrack right now. J.D. Brown is sitting in second. Robert Satterfield sitting in third. Jeremy Zarfos and Daniel Cummings is your top 5 in practice here. Trevor Shaw having some trouble. You seen him slide through in the background right there. You got a cone on the racetrack. Look out. Did you see that wicked cushion, man? Look at this machine. We're looking at Jeremy Zarfos. And Zarfos, he won the 305 race last week. And he's coming into this 360 race. He said, I want another win. I like the feeling of sitting in victory lane. And he brought a good car to do it with. That Bob Ruth Ford on the side. And wicked cushion showing on the top roof. Top wing. Who else we got out there? We got Chris Sabaski, the 21, to Twisted Motorsports wicked cushion DHR machine. Michael Sheridan, he's sitting in the pits right now. Ryan Stillwell is also in the pits. Zach McSwain's out on the racetrack. And we got less than 20 seconds left before this thing kicks off. Zachary DeLong says Cardwell at Fairbury. Cardwell at Fairbury. In the wall. In the wall. Cardwell in the wall. I was getting used to, hold on, I was getting warmed up. It's kind of like clearing your throat, you know. Just getting ready. All right, Zach McSwain, the GOAT. All right, let's do it. The feature race tonight for the Monsters of Dirt Twisted Motorsports Slide Job Sunday 360 Series at Fairbury Speedway on iRacing.com. Check out iRacingMonstersOfDirt.com for more info, or click on the description of this video. There's about 500 links and all kinds of good information in there if you want to know anything about these guys over here at the Monsters of Dirt or the race here tonight at Fairbury, and much, much more. Tonight, your starting grid for the race number 2 of the season is going to be Daniel Cummings Jr. and Dustin Helms on the front row. Row number 2 is going to be Hayden Cardwell and JD Brown. And in row 3, we got Robert Satterfield and Adam Buchanan. Row 4, we got Zach McSwain and Jeremy Zarfos. Row 5, Chris Sabasque and Blake DePennant. Row number 6, Dustin Hall and Joe Isabel. And row 7, we got Chris Berger and Michael Sheridan. Row number 8, Anthony Cottle and Andrew Smartwood. Row 9, Ross Correnta and Josh Indick. Row 10, Ryan Stillwell, Jason Giblin. And row 11, we got Jacob Prillam and Alan Barr, Trevor Shaw and Jeremy Isabel, and Cole Patrick is going to round out the field. Here we go. Green flag is out, and we're racing the 360s at Fairbury for the
Monsters of Dirt.
Oh, trouble for our leader, Hayden Cardwell. He gets into that outside wall, and that slows him down big time up front. Still leading this thing, though, but our champion, Dustin Helms, right on his back bumper in that number 9 Twisted Motorsports machine. Jeremy Zarfos won last week. He is sitting in 3rd. JD Brown, the GOAT, sitting in 4th. And Dan Cummings Jr. is going to round out your top 5. And look at this back here, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, 10th. All these guys stacked up, but the caution flag will fly out and slow these drivers down. So let's find out what happened in last. I'm just kidding. It wasn't last, you know. All right, let's see if we got it. Oh yeah, we got something right here. Let's see. It's like Dustin Hall right behind Mr. Isabel right here. Isabel, oh, he hits the tire and flips over on his lid. That's what brought out the caution. That's gonna hurt, and he barely got it going in time for our leaders to come back through. So let's go back live up front where our leader Hayden Cardwell is pacing around the racetrack here at Fairbury. And they are doubled up, ready to go back green. Lap number 8 when they cross the start-finish line this time by. We're back racing here. Joe Isabel is in a mess right now. That 6J machine. He's got Robert Satterfield on his outside as they get tangled up together for a hot second. Satterfield gets out of that throttle and out of that mess. And right now, Satterfield's looking good. Nobody all up on his back bumper, but we got trouble in the back. It looks like Blake DePennant may have been in it. Blake DePennant all up in it. Let's see what happened. It looks like it may have been a big one. We're gonna watch it right here, right now on the replay. It happens with Chris Berger. Initially, the number 2 machine of Chris Berger gets a little bit loose. Let's take another look. All right, last time watching this one. Berger has trouble, taps the outside wall, goes to the bottom, throws it in, and a little bit of help going around there from another driver, but we got to go back live up front because this thing about to go back green as these drivers about to double up. Once again, rack them and stack them. Your leader, Hayden Cardwell. He's got Dustin Helms on his outside on this restart. Row 2, it's going to be JD Brown inside and Adam Buchanan alongside him. Row 3, we got Jeremy Zarfos and Michael Sheridan. So we'll see how it goes. Pace truck about to leave the track open for Cardwell. And he's going to have to get up on it. Put in some work right here if he wants to hold off Dustin Helms. If you won from having the best looking paint job, it'd probably go to Dustin Helms, but that's not how it works. We're back racing and Dustin Helms going to continue to stay up along that high side, and Cardwell running a slider line. Pace truck pulls right out in front of Robert Satterfield right there. Luckily, Robert was able to avoid that collision because the pace trucks, you know. All right, let's find out who junked it. Who did it? Here we go. Watch this on the replay. Oh, it happens on the entry. And you see it. Zach McSwain got tangled up. We'll watch it one more time. McSwain and the 19, it looks like. And McSwain gets the worst end of that one as he goes for a ride. Wow. What a ride. And not just him, but seemed like a lot of trouble for that 19. Not sure who that 19 was. Who was the 19? 21. Blake Dependent? No. Jeremy Zarfos is who that was, I believe. So Zach McSwain and Zarfos get tangled up, bring out the caution that time. But we're ready to go once again. Cardwell and Helms front row, Buchanan, Brown second row, Sheridan and Cummings, actually. Dan Cummings. Oh, big checkup there. They continue to keep it going, so they're going to stay green. Top 10, pretty good right now. Let's look back here at this pack. And the caution will come out. We got a car around. Not going to be Zach. It's going to be Alan Barr is going to be the one. Barr into the tire and then right up into the 08. Nothing the 08 could do. Trevor Shaw just sneaks by like he's seen that a lot. He's watched that movie before. All right, only 17 laps to go in this one, a 40-lap race, and we've already had, I believe, 3 or 4 cautions. So they're making it easy for Hayden Cardwell right now with the cautions coming out so frequently. That's allowing him to get these good restarts and continue to hold on to that lead over his teammate, JD Brown. Dustin Helms going to drop back to 3rd as JD Brown had that number 2 spot when the caution popped. And I've always liked restarting 3rd instead of 2nd. We'll see if it works for Dustin Helms. It's going to be Cardwell and Brown in the front row, Helms and Buchanan in the second row, and we are back racing. It's going to be 15 to go this time by Cardwell. Your leader, JD Brown, sitting in second. Adam Buchanan and Michael Sheridan. Dustin Hall drops back to 5th, and then the caution going to fly again. Slow these drivers down again. We got a car down on the inside. It's a Blake Dependent. It's going to be in the 21, and that should put him a lap down. So looks like they're having some trouble out there tonight. Not a lot of patience. I'm not sure what it could be. But right there, I know exactly what it was. Cole Patrick is going to park Blake Dependent. That's what brought that caution out. Car high, car high. Dustin Helms may have the best looking paint on sprint cars. Pretty good looking car, man. Shiny gold with the little chrome. Got that Carolina Flyers logo on the side. Pretty nice. All right, well, we're live. We're watching these guys. They're single file restart this time because we've already had way too many cautions. We've had 5 for 17 laps of the 29 laps. So admin's going to step in and say, hey, single file. If y'all can't do it double, we're going to make it single. Good call by the admin. And maybe we can get a 10-lap race to the end. I don't believe we've had 10 laps in a row yet. Maybe we have. Maybe we haven't. The green flag waves. Hopefully the final time. Look at the lead Cardwell gets on the start over his teammate J.D. Brown. Adam Buchanan sitting in third. Michael Sheridan, Dustin Helms. He's in 5th. Let's keep an eye on this driver. We'll keep an eye on all of them, but oh, Helms makes a little bit of contact with Adam Buchanan. Oh, he parked it on Adam's nose, and then the caution comes out. It's going to give, looks like it's going to give him the spot back. So that was a good call by iRacing, I believe. Dustin Helms makes a move for it. That's going to shorten the end of this race, green flag style. So let's go look at the replay once again. Find out why we're under caution for the 6th time tonight. I'll tell you one thing I know, the admin is probably fired up right now. And there's why you're under caution. Robert Satterfield was the car that brought out the caution, but old Robert just got loose going into the corner and then had a little bit of help from a driver that was right behind him. Knocked him on around. Yeah, I'm sure the admin's fired up, ready to give out some penalties and, you know, all that good stuff. As we go back, green flag racing, it's going to be 4 laps to go in this one. Not a whole lot of green flag racing, so Cardwell didn't have enough time to damage his car on the concrete wall. Oh, what a move. J.D. Brown just barely clears Adam Buchanan with the crossover as Adam tried to pull off that slider across the nose of J.D. And look at this stacked up Dustin Helms. He's got Michael Sheridan all over the back of him. The 44 gets into the wall when the white flag waves. So the checkered flag, Cardwell way out front, takes the win for race number 2. Wow. He led all 40 laps, but let's see. 21 of them was under caution, so it was a good try, but an epic fail, I would have to say. As our leader celebrates, we're gonna take a look at tonight's race results here for tonight. Hayden Cardwell with the win. And he didn't have to do a whole lot of work to get it. J.D. Brown, Dustin Helms, Adam Buchanan, Michael Sheridan, Joe Isabel, Dan Cummings Jr., Ryan Stillwell, Josh Indick, Ross Carrenta is your top 10. Andrew Smartwood, Chris Sabasque, Dustin Hall, Jason Giblin, Jeremy Isabel, Jeremy Zarfos, Anthony Cotto, Blake DePennant, Jacob Prilibet, Robert Satterfield's going to round out the top 20. And you see the rest of them. Shaw Berger, Patrick Bauer, McSwain's going to round out your field. Let's see if we can find the driver of the number 9 machine, the one that everybody was looking at tonight. And I thought it was a great looking machine. Let's see if we can talk to him. All right, I've caught up with Dustin Helms.
Bye.
Dustin, it's Jay Weezy, man. You got a copy, champ?
What's going on, Weezy?
Hey, man, you pulled off a 3rd place finish. Not a whole lot of time to do a lot of racing there, man. Caution kept coming out. Seemed like when you make a move, you got kind of put back there every time the caution come out. Ended up getting put back to 5th, but you weasered your way back up to 3rd. Tell us a little bit about the race here in your perspective.
Oh, man, once everything was good on the top side. This definitely was top side dominant. And during those couple of restarts, I just couldn't get any momentum. And getting stuck on the bottom is never a good thing at a top side dominant track. So,
right.
I kind of lost a few positions there, and I was like, oh, man, I hope I can get them back. But, I mean, hopefully I did.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You threw a move on Buchanan. Was it Sheridan? I think it was Sheridan or Buchanan. And then the caution came out, gave him the spot back. It's not easy to just throw a move on somebody. You got to set them up. It takes a lap or two sometimes. And then all of a sudden the caution puts him back in front of you. It's a little bit of a letdown. Hey, man, but you're the champ. And everybody's going to remember it. I know I am, but you got a great looking car out there. A lot of compliments, especially from me, myself, but also some people out there watching saying, hey, man, good looking car. You out there shining and blinding, baby.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I wanted to do something not too wild, but definitely noticeable on the track. And I think our painter, Matt Hill, over at Dirt Divisions, he knocked it out the park with this one.
I absolutely agree, man. Well, hey, you did it. You come home 3rd tonight, so it's a good shot at this championship. You going to make a run for it, I'd say, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try, and I definitely think I had something for them boys if we didn't have all these cautions, man, because the car felt good, and it was really, really coming in, so I just wish we didn't have all these cautions.
Yeah, I totally agree, because, those guys in front of you was probably just going to tear their car up anyways, man, and you'd have been there at the end of this thing. They don't want this thing to go green for Dustin Helms. I'll tell you that right now. Hey, man, congrats on your 3rd place finish. You want to thank anybody?
Yeah, I got to thank you guys, SRTV, Monsters of Dirt, my team, Twisted Motorsports, Dirt Division, Wicked Cushion Esports, Balducci Trucking, D&B Lawn Care, and Speedy Ease Automotive.
You the man. All right, champ. Hey, good job out there tonight. Even though it was a lot of caution laps, you coming out of here with some good points for this season. So keep up the good work. We'll see you on the next one.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man.
You got it, buddy. All right, that was Dustin Helms, the champ from last season. We're going to move on to the driver that finished in the number 2 spot, J.D. Brown. Driver of that number 14 Bad Racing Machine. We got a little H&M Automotive and some other stuff on that thing. Let's see if we can talk to him. J.D., you got me? Got a copy?
Sure do.
All right, man, you started 4th, finished 2nd. A lot of cautions, not a whole lot of racing. I believe you had 21 laps under yellow. What was the toughest part about it?
Just trying not to hit the wall, basically. I was just trying to keep it smooth up top, not hit the wall was a big thing. Just because I knew if I did, it would have killed the car probably, and
yeah,
wouldn't have been able to get a podium. So the cautions I was fine with because it just kept me up there. So
yeah, I kind of thought it was working out in y'all's favor. Your teammate being the leader, was you kind of getting a heads up on the green flag?
Actually, no. I was hoping he would, but
yeah,
he didn't.
Yeah,
so
sometimes
we just try to keep it smooth there. So
yeah, sometimes the teammates will work with you, and sometimes they just want to keep it a secret. But hey, when they don't tell you, you know what that means. They scared of you, and He's got a good reason, man. You got the goat behind you and, you know, all that good stuff. But, hey, you did a good job out there, man. You're making a good run. You finished really good tonight for Slide Job Sunday as a whole. What was the toughest part, man, about the racetrack? Was it just really, really slick?
Yeah, just you had to keep it on the fence and just you can't go full throttle at all. Just little throttle as possible to try to get straight is it's hardest thing. Once you start spinning the tires, it really screws you up and you just lose so much time or even spin out.
You think if this thing would have went green, you'd have come out of here as victorious as I think you would? Because I'm pretty sure
I did run my fastest lap on lap 39, and the last 2 laps I was faster than Hayden. So just at the very end, maybe we could have had him.
Yeah, well, hey, we know what happened to him in the last one. You know, it went green a little bit, and he got in the wall and broke. So I was kind of thinking the same thing was going to happen, but those cautions kind of played into his favor, and I think it saved him from you.
Yeah. We'll come back next week.
Absolutely, man. Hey, well, good job out there tonight. And by the way, next week we'll be at USA, man. You got anything for him there?
That's a fun track to race at. It's usually on the fence, so it'll be fun.
Sounds good. Hey, you want to thank anybody? Well, I got you up here.
Yeah. Dominator Design and iWraps, Dustin for making the wraps, and you guys, of course, for broadcasting it. It's great to always go back and watch it, and Checkers and Records for helping us out.
Yeah, I realized I asked you that already. I'm sorry about that. Hey, man, good job.
We're good, dude.
All right, that was JD. Let's move up to our winner. He's down in Victory Lane, and he's probably celebrating. I'd say he's smiling. Hayden, you happy about this win tonight, bud?
Oh yeah, bud. You know,
Bud.
me and JD, bud. You know, coming home 1-2.
Yeah.
Couldn't ask for anything better, you know.
Yeah, man. Cautions kind of played out into your favor, or did you want it to go green?
You know, either way, felt like we could, you know, hold them off regardless. Felt pretty good. Car was stable. Me and JD built a good piece for tonight.
Yeah, at the end though, JD was looking pretty good. You think he might have had something for you if this thing was green?
Maybe. You know, you never know. It's hard to say, really. I could have messed up. Could have killed myself.
Yeah.
He could have killed himself. It's hard to say, you know, when we're up on that wall, anything can happen. But there at the beginning, you know, I could kind of make the bottom work there. But it was just hard to keep all your momentum up when you're down there.
And I know I didn't get to talk to you in the 305 race, man, but I'm pretty sure you had that thing in the bag and you kind of broke the thing or something. What is it, broke?
Yeah, whenever we got in lap traffic there, all the lap cars were on the bottom, so I really didn't have anywhere to go. I should have just followed them. And we stepped out of line there and I got the wall and it knocked the right rear end, pushed the rear end over to the left, and it was pretty much done there.
Well, you're coming into this 360 thing, man, and you know, this is your second win of the season. You're pretty much victorious on both races, so you're undefeated here in the 360s. You think you got anything for them when we go to USA and Lima Land?
Maybe. I don't know about USA, but definitely Lima Land. I feel like we have something pretty good for there, but USA is always just different animal in any car you go in because you never race there, but it's tricky. But you know, it's hard to say though.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, you know, it all starts in qualifying, so good luck next week, and
yeah,
hopefully you can make it 3 in a row, bud. You got anybody you want to thank?
Oh, of course. You know, can't thank all the guys at Bad Racing, me and JD, Swain, and Dustin tonight over there hanging out. You know, those guys do more than enough. We built a pretty good piece tonight. Put all 4 cars in the show tonight. Couldn't ask for anything better. Me and JD running 1-2. McSwain was actually running really good and had some bad luck there. Dustin finished like I think 13th or something. Good run for everybody tonight though. But also can't thank Checkers and Wreckers and Tommy. You know, he come aboard and helping everybody out on Bad Racing. You know, doing all he can. You know, can't thank you at all. You know, we got that little logo on our car. You know, anything you can help us out, you're always there for it, and we can't thank you enough.
Hey man, you the man. You know that? You the man. At least you are tonight. Regardless, can't wait till the next one. Maybe you can make it 3 in a row. Good job tonight.
Well, thank you.
Got it. All right, that was Hayden Cardwell. He did it. 2 in a row for Hayden Cardwell. He is undefeated in the 360s. And we are moving to USA International Speedway next week. And also, if you want to know where we're going in the 305 series, we'll be at Lanier. So, pretty good slide job Sunday. the Chili Bowl was a little bit better than the Fairbury race. I'm a little surprised to see that happen. But either way, I had a good time, and I hope you did too. I hope you enjoyed the race. And congratulations to Hayden Cardwell on the win. And thanks to all the drivers for coming out here to the virtual Fairbury Speedway on iRacing.com. Until next time, I'm Jay Weezy. Thanks to all you out there, man. You guys rock, Dean. You rock, bro. Adam, Tom, John, Blake, Linda, Zach, all of you, man. Dan, Chris, anybody that's out there, we definitely appreciate the support that we get from you. And we'll be back live. Is it Tuesday? For the limited late models, the Crate Escape limited late models. Until then, for SRTV Network, Monsters of Dirt, Twisted Motorsports, JIR Motorsports, Slide Job Sundays. Everybody have a good night and keep getting dirty.